So, as you hopefully know, yesterday marked the date of Apple's official iPhone slash iPod Touch SDK event at their Apple headquarters in Cupertino, California, in their town hall or whatever they call it. It wasn't a big event. It was just mainly for the press, so it was kind of a small room. But if you want to watch the keynote, just go to apple.com and they have it on the front page there. But if it's gone by the time you see this video, like 2 weeks from now, then just go to apple.com/quicktime, and then you should see an Apple events link on that page. Anyway, this video is here to give my thoughts and hopefully have your thoughts given back in return, if that makes sense. I kind of worded it weird, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Basically, just make a video response or text response with your thoughts. Alright, so let me start out by saying that this keynote was given by Steve Jobs, Phil Schiller, and Scott Forstall. Steve Jobs didn't talk that much until the end, but mostly Phil Schiller and Scott Forstall took the stage for the most for most of the time. I know I say most a lot, but also let me say real quick, Forstall is a very good speaker. If Jonathan Ive doesn't get the position of CEO and Steve Jobs expires, oh, that's not a good word, retires, not expires, sorry, that's horrible, retires, then I think Forstall would make a great CEO. I mean, I don't really know his background, but he's a great speaker. But if he doesn't become the CEO, maybe he could become like the dedicated presentation giver, the presenter for the keynotes, because I think he's a very well speaker and he's very interesting. But obviously nobody beats Steve Jobs. I'm just saying one day Jobs is going to have to retire and somebody's going to have to replace him, unfortunately. But let's not think about that now. That's still a ways off. I don't see it happening anytime soon. Anyway, let me get on topic of the keynote. So, let me start out by saying, well, I said that before. Let me start out by secondly saying that when I say iPhone in this video, I also mean iPod Touch as well. Because as you know, the iPhone and iPod Touch both use the same software. They're just different devices in very minor ways. They're practically the same thing, except the iPod Touch doesn't have phone functionality, obviously. But yeah, so just keep that in mind as I explain everything. Alright, so my first topic here is the iPhone's future looks great. Phil Schiller started out the keynote by explaining that Apple's going to open up the iPhone to, they're going to make the iPhone appeal more to enterprise users, meaning like businesses and people who use Microsoft Exchange and push email, push contacts, push calendar. I have to be honest, I don't know much about this stuff, but from the demo they showed, it was really interesting. And I even was really impressed by how quickly stuff showed up. Like they had somebody sitting on a MacBook Air in the audience, right? And Phil Schiller was giving the keynote, and it was like a live demo back and forth. And the update was like instant in the calendar. When they updated on the MacBook Air, it showed up on the iPhone within like 3 seconds. It was pretty cool stuff. I don't know how to use Microsoft Exchange. I've never done it, but I'm sure I'll use it when I have a career one day. If if we use it in the office or whatever. I mean, I don't know where I'll be working. I'm just saying. I just know Microsoft Exchange is popular among businesses and enterprise. So that's great news. So basically, Apple's opening the iPhone up to more people other than the regular average consumers. They're also opening it up to businesses, which means more market share for Apple and just more support altogether. And yeah, and these changes will take effect in June, as will the iPhone SDK, which I'll talk about in a bit. So then, actually right now I'll talk about that. So, and of course, the main thing I'm going to talk about here is applications are finally introduced in a very easy and convenient way, I might add. Quick sip of coffee. So the whole keynote was obviously focused around the iPhone SDK. For those of you who don't know, that stands for Software Development Kit. Basically, this allows developers like, example, Sega or Adobe, Microsoft even, anybody out there, anybody that makes software, they can now officially write applications for the iPhone, earn money from it, or even possibly publish the applications for free, which I'm sure will be a very popular business model, because free apps are always a good thing, and then they can rely on the customers to donate money and all that good stuff. So, I'm not going to go into all the details about the SDK. If you're interested, just go to apple.com, and they have all this stuff on the front page, and it explains everything. And yes, you can download the iPhone SDK as a free public beta download. So a chart just went by. I'm distracted very easily. However, this is only for Intel Mac users running Leopard 10.5.2, so unfortunately I cannot try it out. But, well, here anyway, my Mac Pro at home can obviously handle it just fine. But, guys, very impressive. I don't know anything about programming, but the way Phil Schiller, well, actually it was Scott Forstall for the most part, showing it off, and several developers that they invited to show off their applications, they presented it in a very easy and convenient way. Basically, the SDK comes with a free iPhone emulator, guys. An emulator. An actual iPhone on the screen. It shows the applications in real time, the web browser, the iPod functionality, SMS, texting, email, everything like that. Everything you can do on your iPhone, you can now see in real time on the screen. So if you're developing an application, then you can see how it acts in real time without having to, like, connect your iPhone, which you can do as well. You can see that in real time if you sign up for the developer program, which I believe costs $99. But the iPhone emulator on screen, I believe, is free. Just go to apple.com, like I said before, and you can see it on the front page. So without boring you with all the tech talk, like I said before, Apple did invite a few developers up on the stage to demo applications that they wrote in less than 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks. That is not a lot. That is not much time at all in terms of writing software. As you know, writing software can take years and years and sometimes even years. For instance, a video game called Duke Nukem Forever never came out. It was announced back in, 5 years ago. I know that's a video game, but technically it's software, so sorry I'm kind of talking fast. I'm trying to get all this in less than 10 minutes for once. Basically what I mean, software is very complicated. Thousands, sometimes probably hundreds of thousands of lines of code. Like I said, I don't know much about programming, but I know it's a very complicated process. But I do know for a fact that the iPhone SDK makes it a very simple process for the developers, and this is great. So, Apple did invite several developers up on stage to demo apps that they made in less than 2 weeks, like I just said. And the three applications that stood out to me most and amazed me, that I might add. Okay, the first one, well, not the first one in my head that I'll go through. The first one is presented by Electronic Arts, aka EA, the the huge game developer these days who makes Burnout. What else do they make? Medal of Honor, I believe, and all those other great games. I believe they also make Battlefield, the 1942 and the future one, whatever that one's called. I don't know. I don't play it. So yeah, basically they, oh, and also The Sims is a huge one. They demonstrated Spore. Spore is this huge game. I won't go into it. This huge game that lots of gamers are looking forward to, myself included. And they demoed it on the iPhone, and I guess for the first time ever, they revealed today that Spore will be coming out on the iPhone, which is great. And iPod Touch as well, don't forget, it means both. So in less than 2 weeks, they wrote at least 15 levels, no, at least 16. And then, or it might have been written already for the Nintendo DS, because I think it's coming out for that. And they might have just converted the code, I'm not sure. But basically, they demoed 16, well, they didn't demo 16 levels, but they were on the 15th level, then they went to the 16th level. Basically, they demoed this game that they made in less than 2 weeks for the iPhone, guys. They coded all that in less than 2 weeks, and it looked great. The graphics weren't obviously amazing, because it's like a phone, so you can't expect an amazing performance, but the graphics were not bad at all. I mean, I would definitely purchase games for maybe $5 or whatever, and then play them on the iPhone. And I know the iPhone doesn't have any dedicated controls except for the home button, but they demonstrated how easy it is to use a touchscreen for controls and the built-in accelerometer, which I'm going to talk about in a bit for the next game I'm going to talk about. Okay. Again, I'm trying not to talk too much. Little disclaimer, this is going to go over 10 minutes because I can see I'm already at the 9:18. Probably probably 9:25 for you, counting the title in the beginning. God, I really talk on, I'm sorry. This is just really interesting stuff. I mean, this is amazing stuff right here. Anyway, the second game demoed was by Sega. This is a cool one. Super Monkey Ball. I love Super Monkey Ball, guys. I have to be honest. I haven't played a Super Monkey Ball game in a while. Because, quite frankly, they're really cool, but they honestly piss me off sometimes. I just get mad easily when I can't beat a level. Well, because, let's face it, they get really hard. Which is a good thing, though. A challenge is always a good thing. So, basically, they demoed a version of Super Monkey Ball for the iPhone. Also, keep in mind, that they wrote and coded and everything. Oh crap, screensaver. Oh god, my video's gonna lag a lot. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. That they coded in less than 2 weeks. And it was fully working with the accelerometer. They were tilting the game board and everything. It was so cool. Guys, honestly, I cannot wait. I would probably pay like $10 for a Super Monkey Ball game with like 100 levels or even like 50 or something like that. The iPhone is going to have so many great applications. And then thirdly, and honestly, I mean, obviously not lastly, they demonstrated, they had AOL there. They demonstrated AIM, which obviously stands for AOL Instant Messenger, you know, their popular IM client, on the iPhone. And I believe, the person that presented the demo, they said that they had a live buddy list up and running within 5 days. 5 days, guys. That's less than a week. That's insane. And they did a demo. You can swipe between conversations. You can see your buddy list. You can see people's little statuses under the names, like you can see in iChat right now, or AIM for Windows. It's just great stuff. And guys, these are just 3 applications, and all written within less than 2 weeks or so. Well, two weeks or less. Guys, 2 weeks. 2 weeks is not much at all. The average software, I know for a fact, takes much longer than that. So imagine the possibilities. We're going to have so many applications, and all these apps will be distributed starting June via iTunes, or this new what's it called, App Store on the iPhone and iPod Touch that they're going to release in the June update, that you can download directly on your iPhone or within iTunes on your computer, then sync it Mac or PC. So it doesn't matter what operating system you're using. Well, except for Linux. I don't think it supports Linux. But that's not a big deal anyway. Guys, this is so cool. And believe me, I am not exaggerating. This is a whole new platform. Okay, the whole thing they did for the Mac OS X first, they are going to do it all over again for the iPhone. Believe me, this is huge. This is going to get the iPhone even more market share, and it's just going to be great. I mean, think about it. Spore, it's going to be awesome. Super Monkey Ball, it's going to be awesome. Obviously, it's just a simple. It's a very simple game, but it's very fun. And AIM, a very simple software for the iPhone, but less than 2 weeks, guys. Again, I cannot express that enough. Less than 2 weeks. That's insane. So imagine what imagine what these developers can come up with in in a month. They came up with all that Super Monkey Ball goodness within 2 weeks. I know I keep saying that, but it just amazes me. Maybe you have to watch the keynote for yourself to really appreciate this. Because honestly, I wasn't expecting much from the keynote, because I don't know much in terms of development. But the way they presented it, the keynote, it just really drawed me in. I just couldn't help but smile, like, oh my god, this is really awesome. And honestly, I am not exaggerating. Well, maybe you think I am because you're not as passionate as I am about technology and Apple. But guys, this is a whole new platform, and I cannot say it enough. It's just going to be great. And I cannot wait until June now. Well, because 1, school gets done, obviously. And 2, the iPhone is totally open to all these applications, which will both cost money or be free, which is sweet. So, yeah. This is going to be awesome, and I just cannot wait until this starts. So, alright, that's it. Please respond with your thoughts. I'm really interested. Thanks for reading. Yeah, right. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to check out my blog, thecreativeoneblog.blogspot.com, and my tips for YouTube success at youtubesuccess.blogspot.com, and my new technology review blog where I quickly review products at quicklyplugged.blogspot.com. I will have all the links to my left. Yeah, but you're right. I always mix it up. That screws with my head because it flips it once I put in the iMovie. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good weekend, and I'm sorry about the video length, but you're probably used to it by now. And I can't really do anything about it because that's just how I am. Alright. Have a good weekend. Peace.